Welcome to This Week at Apollo. Today we are celebrating Halloween. It's October 31st, and we have a very, very special guest with us, Jade. Jade is our HR coordinator here at Apollo. Jade, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
But I would love to just open up by having you explain a little bit about what you do at Apollo. How long have you been with us? What are your responsibilities? Just give us a general picture of who Jade at Apollo is.
Sure. So I've been here for almost 3 months now. It's gone by super fast. I handle both the HR side of things and people operations. So things like payroll, anything to do with insurance, but then also everything with our employees, helping them get engaged, planning events. Honestly, like any little thing that an employee needs, I'm there to help them.
Wonderful. And how have you enjoyed it for the last 3 months?
It's been really fun. It was definitely a bit of a challenge at the start because I was learning so much, but now that I've like picked everything up, I'm really enjoying it. I've met a lot
Mhm.
of people, and it's been great so far.
Wonderful. I'm happy to hear. So tell me, what are some of your core mandates, your core priorities here at Apollo? What do you spend most of your time on when you're not, kind of dealing with the day to day?
Right now, I'm working on a plan to get employees to come into the office a bit more. So, like I said, we just created a social calendar. So, we have a bunch of events that take place throughout the week, both online and in office to accommodate the full team. I'm also working on a policy for our part time employees for vacation, sick days, and things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I think as a lot of companies did it during the pandemic, Apollo 2 went virtual, and we stayed in this hybrid work model ever since. Obviously, some teams were much less open to that, and obviously, if you're in, let's say, repairs or engineering, there's a certain set of requirements that you need to be able to comply with that aren't really possible to execute online. So those teams are always a bit more hands-on. But we had our fair share of the team kind of working remotely. So we're looking forward to having them back in the office as of this week, right?
Yeah, it started yesterday. So, good start so
Cool.
far.
And what's been the general sentiment from the team so far?
I think so far everyone's pretty happy. It's not like we're asking them to come in every day. We're still sticking with that hybrid model. I think it's a good mix. They get to come in and interact with their colleagues, and then they also get to have those days where they can either work from home, travel, or be at a cafe. So it's good flexibility still, which we really value.
Nice, that's great. And tell me more about how you see talent attraction in the micromobility space more broadly. So obviously, in order to build world-class products and to support and sell those world-class products, we need a team that can rise up to that type of challenge. How would you evaluate our current, level of talent, and what are your thoughts on how we can go about attracting some of this top quality talent to Apollo in the future?
Yeah, so I think every one of our employees are always willing to give 100% and go above and beyond. And I think when looking for new talent, it's always really important to just like put our main message across. Like one of the main things that we focus on is flexibility for our employees. Like we don't want them to burn out. So I think really just trying to find people that value balance between personal and work life is really important. And having that flexibility, I think, is a motivator and makes people want to work harder. So I think if we could target an audience like that, we would have great employees coming in the door.
Hmm. So it sounds like there's a bit of employer branding we perhaps want to invest in moving forward, just making what we do and who we are a bit more public, and hoping that it resonates with potential candidates in the future.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what do you think about being based out of Montreal and all of that? Good city to be based out of as a scooter company from a talent point of view?
Yeah, I think Montreal's great. I mean, I used to live in Toronto and I came here, and I think this is a great place. Like, even though there's the winter and stuff, there's still so many months that people can ride a scooter and really get to enjoy it. So I think it's a great place to have scooters.
And a lot of the employees have been petitioning for a move to either Vancouver or maybe somewhere down south in the States. What do you think about that as the person in charge of hiring and recruitment?
I think it's great. Like as of now, we already have a lot of remote team members, and they contribute a lot. And I think it
Mhm.
would be fun to have more people throughout different parts of the world that get to be a part of Apollo and get our name out there.
So you don't see an issue with moving to Florida, let's say, or California?
No. I love the sun. I'd be down to go at any time.
Yeah, I think you and 99% of Apollo would be ready to move. Yeah,
Yeah. Lunch.
we always we always like to wonder what would have happened if we started this business somewhere else. And like a lot of people at the beginning were always giving us a hard time about starting a scooter company in Montreal, a market that's objectively difficult to sell scooters in. But I don't know, we've always made that into an advantage because everyone else thought it was a terrible idea to start a scooter business in Montreal. Meant we were the only scooter company in Montreal for a long time. So it actually,
Mhm.
Montreal embraced us as a city, as a market. It's still one of our biggest markets to date, even though obviously it's super seasonal and you can't ride scooters all year round. So it's always funny to sort of look back and see, this on paper seems like a terrible idea, but in many ways it's actually works out to our advantage. Versus you look at
Yeah.
California, you look at Florida, you look at New York, there are, multiple companies competing for the same customer today. So
Mhm.
I think for a reason.
Yeah, we definitely stand out, which is a good thing, so
Yeah, and more broadly, I think Montreal and Quebec generally are making some pretty interesting investments in the broader EV ecosystem. There's a lot of like lithium production and extraction happening, a lot of battery manufacturing getting set up. There's a couple of different companies that are going to consumers selling different types of vehicles. So there's a bit of an
mhm.
ecosystem. That's, kind of like Detroit for cars, however many years ago. Quebec is sort of becoming that thing for EVs. It seems like, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we let you go, Jade, what are your things that you're looking forward to in the next 12 months here at Apollo?
I'm looking forward to our year-end retreat because I've heard it's a great time that all the employees get together and have a great time and celebrate their hard year that they've had. I'm also looking forward to just implementing different programs to help um, our business operate a little bit better and for employees to really just function and give their chance to provide feedback to the company and yeah, just to continue to grow personally as well. Try to learn as much as I can within the next 12 months or so.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy to hear, and we're always really really excited when talented and caring individuals like yourself join the team. So we'll need all the support we can get in the next 12 months. That's for sure. It's going to be a great year next year, but a challenging year as it always is. So we're happy to have you on board.
Thank you.
Any
You
questions,
too.
thoughts, concerns you wanted to share with the hundreds of thousands of listeners that are going to watch this podcast?
Uh, I didn't know that many people watched it. That's insane. That's great. No,
Kidding.
I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to the next year ahead and being a part of Apollo and seeing where we go.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you very much, Jade. Appreciate having you on the
Thank
show.
you.